Yo, what's up guys? Kevin here. In this video, I want to take you guys through part 2 of my snowboard gear list. In part 1, I covered a lot of my hard goods, outerwear, and safety gear. And in this video, I'm going to take you guys through what I use to film my snowboard videos with, and then also my backcountry gear and some of my essential accessories that I can't live without for snowboarding. So let's get right into it with some of my camera gear I use for filming snowboarding. The camera I use most of the time is a GoPro, and I recently picked up the GoPro 8. I feel like every year the GoPro does improve, and this year the stabilization is definitely next level, so that's why I chose to pick up the GoPro 8. I think the other models are still great, but for me, I use the GoPro so often, it's worth upgrading. Another piece of GoPro tech I have is the gimbal. I've been using the gimbal with the GoPro 7 to get those smooth riding shots with like the maximum stability. I feel like this I'm still gonna use this year when riding through difficult or choppy terrain while trying to film. Even though the GoPro 8 does have amazing stabilization, I think the 7 with the gimbal attached just brings it to that next level. The pole that I use for filming is a Smart Tree, and it's a carbon fiber pole. It collapses, and then there's also a piece that you can attach onto. For me, the pole needs to be long enough for filming, so this one is about 40 inches, I believe, and it's also made of carbon fiber, which makes it very lightweight. So those two things combined make the Smart Tree a great pole for filming. So that is mostly what I use for filming, pretty simple setup. Moving on to my essential snowboard accessories. The first one is my waxing iron. This one, I believe it's a Burton waxing iron that I probably picked up over 10 years ago. And a waxing iron is great because you can wax your board whenever you need to. It's good to wax every 3 to 4 days. Once in a while, I will drop it off at a shop to get waxed if I just don't have the time to do it myself, but 90% of the time I'm waxing it myself. And this waxing iron has lasted over 10 years. And then this guy right here is my boot and mitt dryer. This is something, again, I use it pretty much every day with snowboarding, and it was around $70, and it's been just a huge lifesaver for me. There's nothing worse than putting your feet or your hands into wet boots or mitts. So having the ability to dry them so easily and efficiently is amazing. Highly recommend everyone pick up a boot and mitt dryer. Another very essential snowboard accessory is the snowboard tool. This one I've had for, again, over 10 years. I can't even remember when I bought it, and I've probably used it thousands of times, tightening and loosening bindings, adjusting things, and it's just so handy to have. You can throw it into a pocket or into your backpack. And then speaking of backpacks, my backpack is the Dakine Heli Pro. I've actually had, I think this is my third Dakine Heli Pro in a row, and this one is the 24-liter version. So I think it's like a little bit bigger than what most people need, just because I do carry a lot of camera equipment in here. But this is great if you want to put in a mid layer, throw in a bottle of water, or just anything that you need to take snacks up on the mountain. I do bring my backpack up every single day. I mostly don't ride with the backpack though, if I don't have to, because I find it kind of throws my weight off. It's also like a very long and narrow backpack too, so it really hugs close to your body. It's also got the straps if you want to attach a snowboard to it for doing any hikes. So the Dakine Heli Pro 24-liter, highly recommend that one. So those are a few of my favorite snowboard accessories. Moving on to my backcountry gear. My split board this season is the Jones Solution. I picked this board up last year at Comore. Andreas in there helped me set it all up, and I had a great time with it, riding in Revelstoke, doing some hikes in Chile, and then also attempting to hike a volcano in Japan. Overall, I'm very pleased with the Jones Solution. It's very quick and easy to change between hiking mode and riding mode, and when you are riding it, it feels like a proper powder board. So between those two features, great for hiking, great for riding. I can't ask for anything more. The bindings I have are Spark bindings, and again, these bindings are just very functional, easy to switch between hiking and riding mode, and they're very comfortable and responsive for riding through powder. And then the skins I use for touring are these guys right here. They are G3, and to be honest, these are the only skins I've ever owned, but they definitely do the trick. I've been really pleased with the skins. I've also got black diamond poles, and then some of the safety gear. The probe I have is a black diamond probe. a black diamond shovel, and a Peeps beacon. All of my safety gear actually came in one kit. I highly recommend, if you're gonna do any backcountry snowboarding, to make sure you have all the proper and working safety gear, and also take an Avalanche course. I'll put links to some Avalanche courses in the description if you want to check those out. And then finally, I've got my BCA Float 32 backpack. So again, this is a bit of a larger backpack because it also has the airbag inside. So in the hopefully unlikely event, if I ever run into an avalanche, I've got an airbag in there that I can deploy. And this is also big enough for all my safety gear and some of my camera equipment and other essentials. All right guys, so that should cover all of my snowboard gear, some of my favorite accessories, the camera gear I use on the mountain, and some of my backcountry equipment and safety gear. If you guys have any questions about this gear, leave them for me down in the comments. I'll also put links to all of this gear in the description if you want to check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Have fun out there putting together your 2020 snowboard gear list, and I'll see you guys in the next one soon.